Hello everyone. Today's poem is 从军行七首其四 by Wang Changling. 从军行 is the old rhythm's name from Han Dynasty. It means follow the troops and march, so it's the military things. 边塞诗 correct the songs for the blockage castles, the big branch of Tang Dynasty. Wang Changling wrote 7 songs or 7 poems to fill this rhythm. So this is the 4th song. Let's have the poem first. 从军行七首其四 王昌龄青海长云暗雪山孤城遥望玉门关黄沙百战穿金甲不破楼兰终不还青海长云暗雪山 Very straightforward description. Qinghai refers to the Qinghai Lake or the area around the Qinghai Lake. Changyun, the thick cloud, the long clouds. 暗雪山, so the clouds shadow the snow mountains in the distance. Snow mountains is 祁连山. 孤城遥望玉门关. 孤城 refers to Dunhuang city, the place where the Mogao Grottos is. So this is the boundaries of the inner land of Tang and the frontier areas, Xiyu. So this city is a boundary city. And the blood castle is Yumen Guan. It's not in the city or at the city's gate. It's roughly 100 kilometers away from Dunhuang city. And in the Han Dynasty, the blood castle was called Yangguan. It's also outside of the Dunhuang city, but it's a little in the different locations from Yumen Guan. Anyhow, it's the symbolic meanings for Yangguan and Yumen Guan is the same thing. So remember the poem we had of Wang Wei, 西出阳关无故人. Actually, in Tang Dynasty, there's no Yangguans, but Yumen Guan only. But in the literatures, it refers to the same symbolic locations. 黄沙百战穿金甲. 黄沙, yellow dust, refers to the desert around the boundary cities in this huge area. Before the Huangsha, the 2 words are all about the geographic and nature descriptions of this vast area. And now it's come to the human end. 百战穿金甲. So several hundred battles they fight, the soldiers fight it, and wear out their armor. 穿 means they wear out so heavily, so it makes the hole on the armor. 不破楼兰终不还. As far as that doesn't conquer the country of Loulan or the township of Loulan, I won't go back home. Loulan is west to Yumen Guan. It refers to the west frontiers. But in the Tang Dynasty, it doesn't exist. The township doesn't exist. Mostly believed to be the expanding of the desert ruined this city. So the story actually happened in the Han Dynasty. So there's so many battles between Han Dynasty and the Loulan township. So with these sentences, it expressed the wishes and the strong courage of the soldiers and the generals. Qinghai Lake and Gucheng, the Dunhuang city, looks quite normal from the sentences, but when you look at the map, the two cities is 1,000 kilometers apart. So from the sentence, it looks like you are taking a flight. You start from the Qinghai Lake, then you fly to the northwest, cross the lake, and then cross the snow mountains, Qilianshan, and then finally you get to the huge desert, and there's a lonely city, Gucheng, the Dunhuang city. When you look at the history book, Qinghai Lake is the frontier area to the enemy country Tibet in Tang Dynasty, and Dunhuang city is the gateway to the northwest frontier places, and the enemy is Tujue, the Turks. The first two sentences, does it sound like the poet take you onto a plane and show you all the frontier areas from the southwest frontier to Tibet, and then fly to the northwest frontiers, which is to the Turks? All these places is with extraordinary sceneries. The Tibet high-rise plateau, the huge lake of Qinghai Lake, snow mountains, and the desert. One thing I like to mention here is 不破楼兰终不还. The best sentences in 1,000 years. Loulan actually is the township of Han Dynasty, and also the expression is from the Han Dynasty. The most famous general in Han Dynasty, Ho Qubing, has said these words: 匈奴未破，何以为家? The Huns, the ancestor of the Turks, has not been destroyed, so I won't have my own home. The Wang Changling, the master of poetry, he rewrites the expressions 不破楼兰终不还. The dedication, the courage, the endurance, this poetry expressed in such a poor condition, and so many battles, even the golden armor was weared out. Wang Changling was so-called 七绝圣手, the hand of a saint who's writing the 七绝 poetry. And he was the most famous and the best poet on 边塞诗, the poetry of blockage castle and frontiers. To my surprise, he was also a master of the 宫苑诗, the poetry to describe the complaint of the women in the harem, the royal palaces. Because most of the girls or women went to the royal palaces at very young age, and they getting old and died with nothing. There's too many of them. So this is the great, strong Tang's poet, and this is the strong and magic dynasty, and this is the place of magic as well. You can see here, 不破楼兰终不还 is still used in today's language. Bye bye and enjoy.